Yeah, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I do kiss white ass.
Oh my god, that was so good. Oh god.
Wait, so you don't want me to say anything that will essentially ruin your career?
Yeah, just don't make me say anything about my career because I kind of
As a plastic
forget the camera is
surgeon.
there.
As a
And
plastic
I
surgeon.
just ramble on.
As a plastic surgeon. Oh wait, the mic. Today I'm reacting to a Jubilee video called Do All Black People Think the Same? Because...
No.
Oh, is that all you have to say? Oh yes, I forgot. This is Nelson. We work together and he's an aspiring plastic surgeon who's going to be in Beverly Hills destroying the self-image of women.
How many times am I going to tell you that I'm doing plastic surgery to help people? You know, there's people that have scars and burns and shit like that.
Mm.
You know, it's not just about
So
giving
many
boob
people.
jobs and ass jobs and tummy tucks and Botox and shit like that.
Ethical plastic surgery. Yeah.
You can just tell how uncomfortable I am because I don't want to shove on the shady.
The shade room.
Let the people know how different we are. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yes.
literally, I don't know how we're friends because we're literally opposite.
We have very different opinions. Ironically, because we're from the same continent. He's you're...
Yeah, I feel like I'm Nigerian, by bet, and I grew up there.
And I'm South African. I grew up in South Africa until I was 16. I was raised by...
Basically, she was raised by a Caucasian, so you know when like you could tell in some things she says, like you could literally tell, like she says very questionable things, and I just wonder sometimes.
No, I understand. Like on a serious note, I do understand that I'm very... There's certain things that I don't understand until I look in the mirror and think, oh, I'm black, you know, and that's, I know that's bad.
Do you not think you're black?
No.
That's crazy.
Well, actually, it's
Crazy.
well, I mean, I didn't realise that I was black until it sort of came into, like, I was literally just surrounded by white South Africans my entire childhood until I went to boarding school. Yeah, so we just have very different opinions, so I thought it would be interesting to film this, to just talk about it.
Cool.
Yes.
I enjoy fried chicken. 3, 2, 1.
Do you enjoy fried chicken?
Yes, I do. It has nothing to do with me being black. I just love chicken, like. But then you're like, oh, of course, because it's black, innit? But
Well,
I just do, like, I just love meat. Do you get? Because I'm Nigerian and
a man.
there's literally, I don't think you have vegetarians in Nigeria because like we eat meat a lot.
Yes.
Beef, pork, chicken, everything.
Yes, yes.
And I do enjoy it. I mean, I have tried to be vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian, and I have been a vegetarian since a very young age.
Yeah, so
I have no
you
desire
never
to.
tried to.
I have tried before, but I would never try to. No, but I do eat vegan chicken tenders, and they are delicious.
Yeah, there's something interesting of like it's not when vegans or vegetarians because they don't eat meat, but then all their products are like meat lookalike. Like meat lookalike, and I'm like
bacon strips.
Bacon strips. I don't think you get the point of not eating meat. Like, do you get what I mean? I don't think you get the point. Like, yeah, like it's so funny.
Exactly. Like I'm not a vegetarian because of any ethical reasons. I'll be honest about that. I mean, I guess you could say I love animals, but you know, if there's an apocalypse and I have to eat meat, I'm going to eat meat.
Yeah.
But I just have no inclination to eat meat. It's never been something that I've been born to.
That's actually very interesting. I find it very interesting.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Because you know.
There is nothing wrong with white people wearing dreads. 3, 2, 1.
In my opinion, no, I don't see a problem with white people wearing dreads or having dreadlocks. I was roller skating one day and this little white girl cycled past. You were with me, I think. And this little white girl cycled past with two of her white friends.
Wait,
And she had...
cornrows?
Yes, yeah. And she had cornrows and she was, you know, doing her little Nicki Minaj thing, like thinking that she was all that.
And then she, I don't know, give us a thumbs up or give us the
Yes,
something like that.
Yes. And I thought, you're happy, clearly, doing whatever you're doing, trying to be whatever you're trying to be. And I think a lot of people are like that. They're just trying to do what they want to do because they see something in the media or outside. They see a black person
Yeah.
with those things.
Yeah,
And
but then that would be okay in a perfect world. Yeah, you know, it would be okay to you do all of that shit. You know, do what you want to do. But in a world where there's racism and there was slavery and there was colonialism and shit like that, they shouldn't, because personally, like, they don't understand the struggle. Like they literally get to pick bits and pieces of what they want from the culture and totally ignore what's going on in the black community, like, you know, the racism and shit. Even till today, most Nigerians prefer to cut their hair really, really short because it makes them look responsible and smart. And whereas if you have long hair or dreads or anything else that's not short hair, like that's not like, you know, the buzz cut, it's ghetto or it's thug-like, and nobody would pay any real attention to you.
But that's
and
not
you wouldn't
exclusive
get
to black. That's not exclusive to
job.
black people. I mean, that's the same with...
It is.
No, it isn't.
Most
In this
organizations,
country,
when you see
white people... I mean, if you see a white man with long hair, you're not going to think that he's, you know, responsible.
exactly. So why would you see a black man with dreads and be like, "Oh, you're ghetto"? Exactly. That's my point. Like, you basically.
No, but I don't understand how it's exclusive to one culture and somehow oppresses one culture, but not, for instance, if another
Literally,
culture
it
has
does.
long hair.
Yeah, it does oppress one culture, because all my black friends, literally, even the Instagram model you were talking about, we tried to apply for a job for her, and the first thing she said was she was going to take off her dreads, literally. Like, and that's with all my friends. Like, you can't, maybe you don't understand, but you can't really apply for a job here looking like that, ghetto. Do you get what I mean? Like, you would have to, if you dyed your hair, you have to, you know, color
But
it
no
black.
one can, irrespective of your race.
Yes, you can.
That's unfortunate. No, you can't. If you're a white hippie and you decide to apply for a corporate job, you'd have to change your entire appearance. It makes absolutely, I don't feel
Okay.
it makes any difference.
Okay, that's something else as well, because why is this sin? Why is the dreads and cornrows?
I'm not
and
just
all of
saying
that?
dreads, I'm
Why-
saying also long hair. If a man had like long hair flowing down his back and he went for a corporate job in the city of London, I think people would inevitably judge him because we judge people on their appearances. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality.
I don't think that's.
I don't
the
think
case.
it's
I really
exclusive.
don't. I don't think that's true. I really don't think that's true. Seriously, because every single person I know, like, no matter how pro-black they are, they would have to change their hair, especially. Sometimes I have to hide my piercings, so my earrings.
Yes, but that's not
And try
just
to
you.
be
That's white men
so-
as well.
No, I don't think that's true.
I think that's just the general work environment. It's a very hostile environment and you have to look a certain way for certain jobs because of certain conventions, whether we agree with them or not, that have been put in place about how you need to appear at work. Just like with women and high heels at work. There's an expectation that women have to wear high heels to work. It's not exclusive to one race has to wear high heels and another doesn't. It's a general thing. It's unfortunate, it's unfair. And it's more likely something that's noticeable with shorter women than with taller women. But I wouldn't say that it's something that's discriminatory just toward a certain group of women.
Throughout history, yeah, black people, or black women especially, have had to straighten their hair because of, you know, beauty standards. We thought our hair is too nappy and too, you know, whatever. So we'd have to straighten their hair to make it look more like white people's hair, to make it look more neat and acceptable and professional and clean and all of that. Like, you know, do you? Everybody's free to do what they want to, but I get the point where people feel uncomfortable with that because they really don't understand the struggle. Like, they're free to do that way, like, because it's trendy.
I mean, I just find, for instance, with my hair, this is then based on your argument cultural appropriation, because this is white woman's hair. This is like a weave, like white woman's hair. So am I culturally appropriating
No,
something from white? No, wait. Because white women have had a pretty shit time from white men throughout history. Doesn't this somehow maybe represent their struggle in that white woman, like
How does it represent this struggle?
Well, I
How
don't.
does their hair represent this struggle?
Well, similarly to how you said that our
Because-
hair represents. I mean, it may do because white women have care a lot about their hair. Like it's a cultural thing. White women do care, like styling their hair, different
But
trends
they've not
throughout
been
history and everything.
made like to cut their hair for. Like they've not
course they
literally
have.
been forced to cut their hair in order to function in society.
Of course they have. They've been forced like to not cut their hair, but to keep their hair long. For instance, white women with
Do you
short
have
hair.
evidence of that? I've
Yes,
never
historically.
heard that. I've really never heard that in my life.
Have you ever seen a picture of a woman in like the 1800s with short hair? No, you haven't.
Pictures of women with short hair in the 1800s.
I don't think cultural appropriation is exclusive to one race relative to another. I think if we're going to call it out, we should see it as a thing that affects all people.
I just don't see how a race can own a hairstyle. To be honest, like hair is hair. There's all kinds of hairstyles in Africa. I still don't think that like a single race group can say, this one hairstyle, nobody else can do it but me.
Kanye West is invited to the cookout.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, I just need to see how many people.
And then your answer.
Yeah.
After you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kanye West is. Yeah.
He's invited to your cookout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? Yeah, I find him hilarious. Like he's too funny.
Well,
I laugh at everything. Literally, I find everything funny.
Wait, can you see him like, on the grill, like?
Yeah, like we're having fun, and then next thing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, he's back in here. Yeah, that is too. I find everything he does too funny. Like he's just too funny. I just laugh at all the memes. Like the way he switches. Like the way he switches. But I think like they mean more of like his political opinions and shit.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you know how he loves Trump.
Oh, yes.
And-
yes.
Yeah.
He's like I'm not like other black guys.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
guy. Yeah, we get on great. I'm joking.
Yeah, because you feel like you're not. Literally, you feel like I'm not like other black people. Sometimes when we stay at work, I feel like we shouldn't say where we work because we're probably going to.
We work
Yeah.
as cashiers, basically, in a grocery store.
Shall we?
No, let's not share. I don't want to
Because
get.
we're black people and we'd get fired. I know you wouldn't understand that because you feel like you're different. Yeah, we would get fired. But yeah, sure. Yeah, the first time I met you, like, and I see the way you interacted with, everybody. Sometimes I did feel like you were a pick me, or a sellout, or
Yeah.
coon, something like that. Because, like, I don't know, you were just doing too much, like doing too much to make them like you. I mean, I get the point because we work in a white-dominated industry.
Yeah, I'd agree. I don't think it's because they're white. I think it's just because my entire life I've wanted people to like me and love me, and I was fostered and just wanted love in my life, and all of that.
Yeah,
so
even though you don't
I
admit
think,
it, I do.
I think it's just.
I do. Give you some kind of.
I think it's just a consequence of that. I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair, the only people in my life who've actually ever liked me or cared about me have literally been white people. Like, there were no black people wanting to adopt me or anything like that. Like, I was sort of
Really?
shunned. And because I don't speak my native language either, that was a problem. And I mean, that's not on them.
Wait, how did you not learn how to speak the native language?
Because I was raised by white people.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of white people, South African white people that know how to speak the language very fluently.
Yeah, that's good for them. But yeah. So I spoke English and Afrikaans. Didn't speak my native language, Zulu.
Oh, yeah, I remember the first time you came for me. It was when
I came for you.
Yeah, like you were in a relationship with this white boy. And the day I asked you, because it was Christmas. Yeah, I was like, what do you have plans for Christmas? And then you're like, oh yeah, you're spending time with your boyfriend. And I'm like, oh shit, you have a boyfriend. Who is he? And you're like, hey, he works here. He's this guy, this security guy that works in the company. I'm like, which one? And then you said his name. And I was like, oh yeah, the white guy. Oh yeah. And then you look at my face like, what? Is something wrong? Is it because he's white? And I'm like, no, like, you know, it's fine, I don't care. You're like, oh, is it because he's white? Do you have a problem with that? I'm like, oh my god, I really don't care, see. Yeah, but that was the first time I knew you. Yeah, that was the first time I knew that you are like a character, you know, you have a very strong character and you will literally attack me for every single thing I say. Yeah, that was the first time that happened. I remember it very clearly. Yeah.
That I'll attack you?
Yeah. That was the beginning of so many other attacks. Literally.
Me attacking you?
Yeah.
How so?
Like if I said something and you have a different opinion about it.
Yes, that's not attacking you, that's me just disagreeing with you and putting forward my perspective. Like now.
Yeah, but why did you think I was against you dating a white person? Like,
because of our interactions before, because for instance, things that
was it because I said I only date black people?
Yeah, you said that. And you've also, like, sort of at work when he gets in trouble a lot. When you get in trouble, right, for things, and then you tell me, like, come on, Z, stick up for me. Like, you know, we're both black. Like, stick up for me. And I'm like, no. You know, I'm not gonna stick up for you or be, like, on your side because, like, yes, because there's only three of us. Three of us who are black in this whole...
And the other person, you know, she understands.
Yeah, she's with him.
Yeah, she understands how we need to stick together and help each other, you know, because
I don't get that. I don't understand.
Yeah, because she doesn't understand. Like she's always with them white people and trying to kiss us, you know.
I'm not. I'm friends with, like, my closest friends there are like 50-year-old white women, and they're not exactly correct, but I love them. I love them.
That is something else, yeah. That is something else. But you've always Mandy. Yeah. Yeah, but you've always like made it clear to some extent, even though I've not really addressed that. But from the beginning you've always made it clear that you have some kind of prejudice against black people. And you've told me already that it's because you had very bad experience in South Africa with the black people because, you know, they treated you different because you were different in the sense that you were raised by white people and, you know, you didn't speak the language. And basically they thought, I don't know, probably you were whitewashed or something? Or
yeah, I was. Yeah. Fair enough, yes. Like I appreciate
that. So
I am very.
You did mention, like, yeah, you didn't really get along with black people, so I'm like, yeah, you're always kissing us. See, it feels like that.
No, it's true. Like when I was at boarding school though, because it was the first time where it was mixed and there were no adults in boarding school, like, obviously. And so I was the most popular girl because I could interact with the white people because I spoke white. And then because I had black skin, I got on with the black people as well. And because it was an English school, we all had to speak the same language as well. So I was really popular there, but then when I got out of those gates, boy, everyone hated me again. So, yeah.
I think the best story from your high school was when you told me you beat that kid's ass.
That wasn't high school, that was when I went to school, when I was like 9 years old.
Yeah, that was the first thing you did in support of the black movement. That was like the first and only thing you did for the cause.
He said something racist about me and he was taking too long climbing up the jungle gym. He needed to be bit.
Yeah, she bit him in his ass. She bit the white boy.
Of his ass.
She bit off the white boy's ass, basically. And that's literally the most thing you've contributed to this cause. You stood up for us.
Still taste that blood.
You're very disgusting. Like, what is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I do kiss white ass.
Oh my god, that was so good. Oh god. You literally kisses that, like, literally and figuratively, like you do kiss that. Oh my god. Right, that's crazy. Oh my god, that was so good. That was, yeah, fist bump.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
Back to Kanye.
I don't like the idea of perpetuating this concept that all black people have to be the same and think the same and act the same. I don't think he's fully understood. People like Kanye are creatives, and he uses like creative speech. And some people just take him at face value, or like kind of like the literal sense of what he's saying. And
He's a creative. Poop-diddy scoop.
I mean, it's so though. Yeah, because you don't have the same taste in music as other people.
I just have
Yeah,
a
you like to
more
listen to
diverse
your ABBA and
musical. Not
Mamma
just
Mia
ABBA.
and what then?
Vivaldi.
Yeah, and wait. What's that show you love to watch?
The Golden Girls.
Golden Girls and all of that.
It's an amazing show.
Sure.
I disagree with that, Deep. Like, I don't think that he's so creative and that his words are being misinterpreted. Like, he's making very specific phrases, like black people chose to be slaves. That's completely untrue, and in my opinion, that's just unacceptable.
But I think that's people misunderstanding what he's saying. I
How
really
would you
don't think he's
interpret
trying
that,
to.
though?
Yeah,
How do you interpret that?
No, I think what he's saying is there's a mindset where you know where. Like,
Here, so okay, like he was trying to say it in the term of like, you know, it was a choice for you to stay there when you knew that you could have done whatever else to get out, and maybe you would have ended up dead, but it would have been better than being a slave. So I don't
understand if even if that was what he was saying, how does that make it better what he was saying?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so my tribe is Igbo, basically. I'm Igbo, and there's this thing called the Igbo London, where when the slave masters came to Nigeria to take slaves, and they took the Igbo slaves, a lot of them, you know, packed them like sardines on the ships. They had already decided to kill themselves because they believed death was better than bondage.
Yes.
So they all walked back into the water and drowned because they were all in chains. Like the chains were connected to each other. So they all literally walked back into the water, and like it was a massive suicide. And it's called the Igbo Land. Yeah, you do have a choice to be a slave or die, but how is fuck? Some people want to be alive for fuck's sake, you know. It's
Yes,
not
but that choice isn't a choice that derives from freedom. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not actually.
Yeah, so she's wrong for saying that. You get what I mean?
Exactly.
How can you tell someone, oh yeah, we all have a choice. You could have chosen to die, but you chose to be a slave. Like,
What isn't? No. That's very, very.
yeah, I'm happy you agree with that. Jeez, you surprise me every day. I thought you.
Not like other black girls.
Can you stop saying that?
what scares me is the second somebody speak in PC or not, or they're able to articulate what they're trying to say well or not, that they're excluded from cookouts and from a culture and from your identity. And I think that's scary because
Anyway, I don't exclude you, you know, even though you have very weird and shitty opinions. I don't exclude you. I still feel like, you know, you're a human being, and maybe the reason why you have all these opinions is because of your white upbringing. And yeah, I don't discriminate against you because, you know, yeah, I'm very empathetic.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah, come on.
I'll tell you right now, the more we treat people who are different and isolate ourselves even, I think the worse it is for us long term. And to be honest, we're gonna drive more and more people to have closeted feelings and emotions. And this goes back to people saying like would you rather have a racist next to you that's hiding it, or would you rather have a racist next to you that's letting you know how they feel? And
Police targeted black men and women.
Interesting.
Do you want to express your opinion first? Do you want to express your opinion?
Like, even when this guy agrees, he doesn't strongly agree. Like, what is wrong with this man?
Yeah,
Do you
therefore,
strongly
therefore-
wait? What's your opinion?
If we're talking about in the United States
And here as well,
and here in the UK,
but especially the United States. Today, not tomorrow. Anytime today.
I'd say I'm between somewhat agree and somewhat disagree.
Wow.
No, that's just because of.
So, Judge Floyd died for nothing. And
No,
you still
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. Come closer as well. I'm not gonna.
Well, I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you think police targets black people?
Sorry.
Why don't you think the police targets black people?
I don't think that your typical police officer goes out in his police car and thinks, I'm going to look for a black person tonight.
Well,
I don't see
black people
that.
not died enough for you
I
to
see.
realize they do that.
Yes, but white people also die.
No,
White
they
people
don't.
also get shot.
So,
White people also get killed by the police.
No, that's a lie. That
Latinos
is a
also
lie.
get killed by the
That is a lie.
A lie.
Do you know why?
A lie.
Because
A lie. How's that a lie?
show me one white kid that was shot by police. Show me one.
By police?
Yeah.
Okay, let's Google.
The amount of violence these people use in handling black people, whether they're innocent or not, it's literally alarming.
With a total of 292 civilians that have been shot this year, 62 of whom were black. So what's the race of the other?
What?
62 of them were black in the first 4 months of 2021. Out of 292 shootings.
They don't just
Fatal shootings.
They
So
don't
who are the
just
rest?
target.
Who are the rest
They
of the
don't.
people?
Other
Who are
people of
the
color,
200 who are
innit?
the
Other people of
other
color.
232?
It's not white people. I'm asking you how many white people have been shot by the police. That was a specific question.
Yes, there we go. Here we've got it. We've got white people, 114.
And the black people?
62.
That is wrong.
That's no. It is.
wrong.
This is. You can't just say that something is.
So
This is.
a white
These
kid,
are statistics.
a white kid
and I'm
walks
saying
into-
that is high. That's disproportionate.
What is-
Representative of
That-
the
I don't want to
population.
bring up another
It is.
video.
But that doesn't mean that white people aren't shot as well. That doesn't mean you can just completely dismiss a whole other race just because of a history of racial prejudice.
A white kid goes into a school and shoots everybody, and when the police comes to arrest him, they peacefully handcuff him and take him away. Even when he had a gun, literally. A black person is sitting in his car and raising his hands, and then he's trying to open the door and you shoot him because you think he had a weapon. You just thought he had a weapon and you just shoot him. But this white kid that clearly had an AK-47 is peacefully arrested. And it's not just once, it's happened a million times, literally. How many black people have been, and the excuse every time is that you thought he was armed, they felt he was dangerous. It's like, I can't even bring up the data because it's a lot of them, like how many people?
That's not the
Like,
excuse every time.
What do you mean?
You can't say that's the excuse every time.
See,
that he's
you're
the excuse every
very
time.
wrong in this one. I feel like you should go do your research. Like you're very wrong in this one.
No, but you told me to go through
I cannot-
research, but then you
I
can't
cannot
even bring
say
up research, and I bring up statistics.
Okay, let's
From
bring up the research.
a reputable source.
That is shit.
No, it isn't.
That is trash. This for saying that.
These are
is trash.
global statistics on crime and law enforcement.
Okay.
Statista is the place to go. And I'm not saying that that there's less black people. In proportion to the population, that's very high and that is terrible. It's disproportionate, it is. I'm not denying that there are racial prejudice in the police force or that disproportionately black people are shot more than white people. But I'm saying that you can't therefore say that all the police in the whole of the United States and 50 states go after purely black people and shoot them, but don't shoot other people.
That is videos. In fact, there's a hashtag on Instagram that says "say the names." Like it's endless, literally, of the amount of black people that are being shot and killed every day by the police. Like when it comes to white people, they treat them with respect, whether they're criminals or not, whether they've done a lot of
How
stuff.
do you know? There's white people on death row.
Yes, but how many black? Are you about to compare that to the number of black people that are wrongfully incarcerated? Wrongfully, not even.
I never said that. I was just making a point. I'm saying that you're saying that
My point
white
is-
people are treated better by the police.
You don't think so?
The US criminal
I'm not going
justice
to argue
system is
about that.
terrible.
I'm not.
Right, okay.
I'm not
Okay.
like the fact that
This is what
the
happens.
fact that you don't disagree, like you don't agree that with that, like shows that you really don't want to, because
That I really
this is
don't
something
want
that is known.
It's not that I
Like,
don't want
this
to.
is
It's
something
that I read
that is
certain things.
even-
Okay.
This is crazy, bro. Like, I'm not. It's like I'm not going to. Like, this is something that's so big and it has been happening for a very long time. So the fact that you don't agree with it shows that you just don't want to. So I'm not even going to bother to try and educate you on that, because it's literally there every day on the media. Like every day, literally, that's all I see on my Instagram when I open. There's no single week that passes by without me seeing something like that. So if
On Instagram.
on
Is that where you get your
YouTube-
news from?
on
Instagram
YouTube as well.
and YouTube.
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean that where I get my news from? We get our news from the same place, but there's pages on Instagram dedicated to.
I don't feel that that's
publishing
as unbiased and as reputed as
I don't just.
unbiased
I'm
sources.
just saying, like the fact that you.
I think
don't
this is
agree
a
with
serious
that.
thing that needs to be looked at seriously. And I think bias, there's too much emotion in it. Like, you're very emotional now, and I get it.
Yeah, this is very offensive that you say that. Like, it's hurt me personally. Not even just. It's just literally offending me personally that you think that they don't. It shows that you're not even trying. Like, I mean, I was saying the whole thing about you being whitewashed and that, but I'm like, yo, seriously. Come on. Anyways, go on.
Okay.
I said strongly agree. It was created to monitor the minority in the group. Back in the day, it was the Irish, it was Italians, and so it's ingrained into the system of policing. And that's the problem. I think we have to reframe what policing is now. And until we do that, it will always be targeting people of color because that's what it was created to do.
I see it as like there's a little bit of a socio-economic piece to it. It's like kind of saying the SEC mostly prosecutes white people. Through like years of institutional racism, you know, where there's poverty and there's communities that are kind of like have created this like perfect storm of issues, like whether it's legal issues, people robbing each other, selling drugs or whatnot. You know, the idea is if you police that neighborhood more, you're gonna have more of them arrested.
Can I ask you, Deep? Can I ask you, like, do you feel like there are equal amount of arrests happening on Wall Street than there are happening in the hood?
Like the white collar like crimes are I do think they're less like monitored and less, you know, but without having all the data that I need. But I do feel that they don't suffer as much consequence
They don't.
when they commit crimes.
That's very true.
Yeah, that as well. Do you not think black people suffer more punishment for less?
Yes, but I think that's about class. I don't think that's about the color of your skin. I feel that it's about money. Law enforcement is behind money, just like politics is behind money. It's unfair, it's terrible, and there is definitely racial discrimination in class, but I don't think that in the policing of what in the policing
You
of
don't
like
think race
corporate.
plays a very huge role in sentencing?
I think it does. I think it depends. It depends on the state. It's not in every. I wouldn't say that in the United States as a whole. I think it depends on the state. Definitely.
Disagree with you strongly on that, but I can't really, like, you know, spend the time to educate you on it, especially on camera, because yeah, I don't have the words to. But yeah, hopefully that'll get better as it goes on. But yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm not trying to attack you, but yeah.
I act differently around people who aren't black. 3, 2, 1.
My opinion on that is I don't. Black all the time, like 100%. Like I am aware that black people have this thing called code switching, where they act differently around white people and act differently around black people.
I think the only thing I do notice is that when I laugh with you, I'm a lot more expressive. Whereas when I'm sort of with white people, I'm just like,
Yeah, you try to act super. Like I watch you most of the time when you're with your wife. I'm like, this girl. Like you I think this one time, so Dini had a birthday. Like she had a birthday one time, and like so she only invited me and a few other people that couldn't make it. But she was literally torn, thinking about inviting you, because she does like you, but she's like, Z likes to act so posh, and if she invited you to her house, you nitpick at everything, and maybe see her as, oh yeah, just another ghetto youth, and all of that, and look down on her. So like, it's up to you if you want to invite her.
I mean, I talk the talk, but I don't live the life that I talk. Like I act very posh, and I am very posh in my demeanor and how I act, but I'm not rich at all. It's just from my education. Like my education doesn't necessarily match my background or how I live. Like I work in a freaking superstore, like,
Yes.
you know, but in the break room I like read my sort of Thomas Hobbes and Gian Battista Vico, all of those sort of things. So, you know, it's how I think doesn't match how I live, but it's just, that is how it is. So I would never judge anyone on how they live, because I live in a bedroom, like, you know, so it's, yeah.
She also was like, you. No, let's just continue.
Okay.
I agree that I act differently around people that aren't black, just because like corporate America doesn't want to hear me talking, doesn't want to hear me speaking in slang, and I am not happy about it. Like, I wish that it was different, but I feel like I need to do to fit into that group.
I strongly disagree. I am me wherever I go. I'm a proud black man, and I'm gonna speak my truth every day of the week. If you don't like it, shit, it ain't on me, that's on you. And I feel like it's a disservice to anyone I'm around if I'm not being my authentic self. Because my white friends might want to hang out with me because I'm black. They want some flavor. So if I go in being something totally different, then...
Literally, that's exactly how I feel. Yeah, also I feel like it's different in America than it is in the UK with this whole slang thing, because, you know, the black Americans, the way they talk is very different to the way the white people or every other race talks. But then in the UK, literally everybody talks the same. Whether you're black or you're, you know, from wherever. Literally everybody speaks the same. Everybody uses those slangs.
Yes. Yeah. I think it also represents a bit of confidence. Like, he definitely has a lot of confidence. Yeah, that's I'm in awe of that, but...
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'd date him. He wouldn't date me, obviously. I'm 40.
Oh my God.
But yeah. I mean,
I have something.
He seems like I mean, not that this is about that, but I'm just saying.
Do you have a white voice?
Do I have a white voice? I know, Cole, I'm a black man, trust me. Every black person...
Yeah, in this code switching thing, yeah.
Do you have a white voice?
Not a white voice, but I speak differently to my Nigerian family, my Nigerian friend. Like, my proper Nigerian accent comes out. But whereas when I talk to you people or any other person from the UK, I talk like that, like this. Do you understand what I mean? Like, yeah, like this, an accent change, I guess. But when I speak to Nigeria, I sound proper Nigerian. Like, you could tell. We could even tell my tribe. That's how thick my accent is. Like, it's very strong.
But I feel like American society has made black people operate in that fashion. Because nobody asks white people to code switch. They can be white in America.
Have you seen when white people code switch when they're around black people and want to act hip? And like, yo, bruh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
And then they try to use them in their slang. I'm like, what are you doing?
Have you watched Skins? It's a white people show.
Why?
It's from the early 2000s, but it's so funny. It's so funny.
A white people show.
It's so funny. It's
so what, like?
It was a joke.
So...
It was a joke. Maybe an ill-informed joke, but nonetheless a joke.
Jeez.
So, but I'll there's a clip.
Ciao, blood. Hey, come true, man. Family meeting.
I know your parents have gone to Blackpool for the week, but you're not my family, Donald.
We all started in Africa. We're calling this family meeting because we, the Hip Hop Collective, is making an official announcement. Basically, we're not rapping anymore. Nah, we is going into business.
I am proud to be black. 3, 2, 1.
Well, all right, y'all. That's what I'm...
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I do recognize I struggle a lot, but the fact of being black, like even down to the very foundation, like down to the very base, the fact that my skin is black, I absolutely love it, like completely. I feel like I look good, like literally. I feel like, in fact, me being black even makes me look better. Like I mean, it's funny, but I do feel like, yeah, me being black, it makes me even happier that I am black, like completely. Literally, yeah, I love being black. But I do like, yeah, you know, you don't love it so much when you're facing prejudice or racism or something. Like when they try to make you feel different about yourself. Yeah, I would never feel different about myself. It's just they would try to make you feel bad for it, for being black, and make you feel different. That doesn't mean like I do feel bad when you know those things happen. But at the end of the day, I still love the fact that I am black, and I wouldn't change it. There would never be a time I would be like, yeah, I wanted to be born white. No, I wouldn't change. I would completely be black for the rest of my life. So what are you?
Is the question, I'm proud to be black?
Yeah.
Personally, I'm indifferent. I don't really care what colour. I mean, it doesn't...
Has there ever been a time in your life where you wished you were white?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes. Yeah, definitely. Especially sort of, when I was very young. I was always surrounded by white people, so yes. But now I'm indifferent to it. I think...
You've learned to live with the fact that you're black and you can't change it, so you're like, yeah, whatever. Is that it?
Yeah, I suppose so. And it's just, I think I want to be identified by different things. Like I find it very annoying when, like at uni, in my degree, one of the things I was very interested in was medieval economic history in England, and I wasn't taken seriously at all in my discipline and in even applying for a master's, getting funding, all of that, because people saw me, academics saw me as black, and they didn't see me as, I definitely didn't fit into that environment, you know. I sort of fit into the sociologist, social justice warrior sort of thing by how I looked.
Welcome to the black struggle.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that in those situations, I mean, it was annoying because I felt indifferent to the fact that I was black. But in that situation, people saw that I was black, and so that annoyed me. So I wouldn't say even in that situation I was proud that I was black. But I just wish that indifference was... I wish that there was sort of that indifference to all racial things, because that definitely does frustrate me. When I sort of want to talk to someone, like for instance, there was this man who I studied with who was just a very pretentious prick. But I found him very interesting, and I found his views very interesting. But he was sort of your typical Oxbridge and tweed, and thought that, you know, drank tea like with his little finger and everything like that, you know, and thought that he was sort of God's gift to humankind. But I wanted to interact with him and talk to him, but he never ever gave me even like 5 seconds of his time when I tried to engage with him in conversation, because he immediately assumed that I wanted to tell him that he was a bigoted, racist, you know, homophobic, transphobic, this, that, what, and the other, which I didn't want to. I just wanted to talk to him.
Yeah, I love that, you know, we can have these discussions and like still go home knowing that we're family, and I love being black. I love that blackness is expressed many different ways. It's not...
But you see, I don't feel family with, like, I don't feel a part of the black community.
I can see that.
I've never felt that. I've never understood that. I've never felt part of any community. Like, I've never felt a part of even the LGBTQ plus community. I just see those as sort of things that I am. Like, you know, I'm attracted to men and women. I'm black, but I'm sort of... I want to be known for other things, like for, I don't know, my mind.
Yeah, other than things you cannot control.
Yes. And so it's not, I don't feel a part of any community, and it's difficult because at one point I don't want to be a part of the community, but then at another point I do, because, you know, you make friends and stuff, and I know that I've like sort of sacrificed feeling a part of something and finding meaning, and I'm just very pessimistic and very dismissive as a consequence. Are we still friends?
I'll think about it. I'm joking. Yeah, of
course. Okay.
But,
that's good. I think this just shows that you can be friends without necessarily agreeing with someone.
Yeah,
I mean, we have a hard time, but you know, it's rough.
I feel like in the beginning of the friendship, it was mostly me trying to, because I did recognize the fact that you don't relate with black people, and it's made you, you know, weird and uncomfortable around me and other black people because of your upbringing. But I did see some interesting things in you with the fact that you're like very, very smart. And yeah, I wanted to relate to that. Do you get? Yeah, so the beginning was just me trying to show you that, you know, it's okay to be, you know, black and all of that. But yeah, at this point I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I hang out with you for other reasons, not just because you're black.
Thank you, that means a lot.
But
thank you.
I'm still friends with you for other reasons and other things that you are. And not, yeah, even though I do think you are ignorant, despite all your education.
I'll take that.
And
thanks. No, you're a great guy, but yeah, we just have different opinions, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends. So
I agree.
Yeah. Identity politics does not win today.
Wow.
Thanks for watching. And please subscribe and like, even if you don't like me, like him through liking me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.